Good morning, dear students. In the previous class, we have learned book review is an art and book review is an art of writing the writing skills. So, in this class, we'll discuss about the book review which was kept for your syllabus, The Living Mountain, the Amitav Ghosh. It was written by the Amitav Ghosh, a short novella. The Living Mountain. So I am Dr. Shivaji Ramagudaji, Assistant Professor of English, Government Postgraduate College, Kittur. So the book review, The Living Mountain, written by Amitav Ghosh. So the title of the book is The Living Mountain. Author is Amitav Ghosh, and genre it is a climate fiction, eco fiction, or allegory or environmental fiction. We can call it climate, eco, allegory, or environmental fiction. And for it was written in the length a short novella. Novella means it is a short novel or it is like a very short story format. Writing during the COVID-19 pandemic. This was written in the COVID-19 pandemic, and nature, a fable allegory with a strong environmental message, published in the year 2022. This book is not a traditional novel but a powerful ecological fable that warns against humanity exploitation of the nature. So this book gives the impact and lights of how the humanity exploit the nature. We can find in this book review. About the author, the Amitav Ghosh. The Amitav Ghosh is a renowned Indian author known for his literary focus on colonialism, migration, and climate change. His major works includes The Hungry Tide, the trilogy, and The Great Derangement. The Living Mountain continues his concern for environmental degradation and human breeds. uh, uh, Advocates for climate change awareness. So many his concept express the awareness of the climate change. So, overview of the book, a parable about ecological destruction. In this book, it talks about the parable about ecological destruction, focus on human greed and its consequences. How in the 20th century, the humans are very greedy and they are destroying the nature unnecessarily. We can find in this book, and the cautionary tale rooted in Himalayan folklore. And the story starts with the Himalayan folklore. Plot summary. Narrator tells the tale of Mahabharata, the great mountain. Mahaparabata. Narrator tells the tale of Mahaparabata, the great mountain. The mountain is scarce to the ingenious people. The scientific community exploits it for the resources. So here the scientific community who exploits that resources leads to destruction and loss of balance, and it leads to destruction and it lost the balance. So in detail in this book we find that the story is narrated by the character from Mahaparvata, the great mountain. A group called the Anthropoi, symbolizing humans, arrive and begin exploiting the mountains. The group who came and they have started to exploiting the nature, mountains. Despite warnings from the local people and nature itself, here the so many local peoples has warned about the nature, the destruction, but the anthropoi persist in their greed. They never fed up with their duty. They always run behind the greed. Eventually, their actions awakens the wrath of the mountains, leading catastrophic consequences. The tale ends on the note of destruction, symbolizing and nature revenge. So when we find that the book which ends the note of destruction, symbolizing and revenge, we can find in the book. So the major themes we find in this novella climate change and environmental exploitation. The climate change is happening, the environmental exploitation is happening because the human beings are misusing the natural resources. This is the main issue of present situation. The human hubris and scientific arrogance we can find in this book, and ingenious wisdom or just the modern development. The wisdom or just the modern development, what are the everyone who wanted to lead his life as a luxurious way, so that way we are facing the problem. The characters we can find here: the narrator retells the story with regret. The narrator of the story, he retells the story with regret. Scientists symbolize modern greed. So the scientist we can find, they symbolize the modern greed. And indigenous tribes, custodians of ecological knowledge. The tribes who are living in that mountain, they are custodians of the ecological knowledge. Writing style: allegorical and symbolic. It was written in a manner of the allegorical and symbolic. Poetic and lyrical prose, some elements we can find in this book. And powerful imagery and moral undertone. Powerful imagery and moral undertone we can find. The critical analysis raises awareness on ecological imbalance. When we critically started to think about this book, it raises the awareness on ecological imbalances, combines fiction and activism. Sometimes this book as combines the fiction and activism. Some may find the message direct but effective. Some may find the message direct but effective. The when we talks about the personal opinion of this book, thought provoking and urgent, because it is today's world must be aware about these things. It is a thought provoking, a short and impactful read. It is a very short, but it is a very impactful effects given to the readers, leaves a lasting impression on the readers. At last it leaves a lot of impression about the readers. Some memorable quotes we can find from this book: the mountain was alive and we silenced it. See what a beautiful quote he has made, the Amitav Ghosh. The mountain was alive, but and we silenced it. And what they called progress, we called destruction. Here, what we called the progress, we called the destruction. The strength of this book: strong environmental message. The first strength of this book is a strong environmental message the author has given through this book. And unique storytelling style. The style, the way the Amitav Ghosh has explained, it is a very unique storytelling style. Relevance to the current climate issues. So what are the climate issues we are facing? It is very relevant and apt to the climate issues. So these are the three strengths we have find out: strong environmental message, unique storytelling style, and relevance to the current climate issues. And the weakness we find in the particular book: short length may leave readers wanting more. When the reader started to read this book, it is a very short book. The readers, those who are very engaging with this book, they feel that wanting the more from this expectation of the book. Heavy symbolism may not appeal to all. So in this book they have, the Amitav Ghosh has used the heavy symbolism may not apt to all the peoples to catch these points. Conclusion: a powerful fable for our times. So for the modern century or the current situation, it is a very powerful fable for our for fable, recommending it for the readers interested in environment and activism. So it is recommended it for the readers interested in environment and activism. Those who are very much interested in the environment, for them it is a very apt book to read. And the rating, I am giving here the 4 stars out of 5. The 4 stars I am giving here. Then who should read this? Who should read this book? Environmentalist, students and educators, fans of literary fiction with a message. So I am strongly believe that this book must be read by the environmentalist, students and educators and fans of literary fiction with a message. So these people should be read this book. The final thought of this book: a literary call for ecological awakening. It is a literary call for the ecological awakening, and Amitav Ghosh continues to inspire critical reflection on your planet. So Amitav Ghosh is one person who continues to inspire the critical reflection on your planet. We come across through his book, The Living Mountain. So dear students, in this class we have reviewed the book, The Living Mountain of Amitav Ghosh. Thank you so much.